while it is still winter and we're getting closer to spring, I'm ready for things that can be made that I can have for breakfast and have them ready to go throughout the week, and that's what baked oatmeal is. Mom always made this for us, especially during the winter, but even throughout the spring and summer, because you can make a big batch of it, cut it into pieces, pull it out as you want it, and you can dress it up with whatever toppings you want. So it's still personalized oatmeal, but it's baked oatmeal, and it's delicious. So it's great ingredients that usually you have on hand, and to start, we're gonna start with the eggs. So to me, the eggs, they're what really kind of make this different than just traditional oatmeal, because they help this kind of become more of a, not casserole, but they hold it together, they bind it together, and they give it some good rise as it's baking. So we're gonna start with our eggs, because that way, if we get shell, we can, get it out, but also, then we can make sure they're all broken up. So I'm breaking them all up right into my bowl. I have the oven preheating behind me. This is always, to me, the exciting part of anything, when you're just beginning and have all the ingredients together. So I'm breaking up the yolks, just gonna whisk that up to make sure they're well combined, because sometimes if you add them later on, it's hard to incorporate them easily. So once they're combined like that, I'm gonna add in maybe an odd ingredient, but applesauce. So applesauce is something we always had on hand at home. We always had applesauce in the freezer, because anytime we had apples out in the orchard, we would make applesauce. So this one though, what's great about it is it takes place of oil. So that's a lot of times when you see applesauce in a recipe, it went through probably a time in history when we were reducing fat in recipes, but this isn't why I'm using it. I like the moistness it brings to it, and it really does just add a great undertone, and it can make it healthier, which I think is great. So I'm mixing that in, and then we're getting all of our wet ingredients in there. So we're gonna mix in some yogurt. And now I always have Greek yogurt on hand. I use it in dressings, I use it in salad, I just use it all the time. So it's always in my fridge, but what I like is it has lots of protein. It has a great richness to it, because I like the full fat. You could use a lesser fat one too. I just think full fat has a lot of flavor, so I like to use it. With the yogurt, I'm gonna add some whole milk. Again, whole milk, anything that has all the fat left in it, milk, yogurt, fat is flavor. So you're getting all that great flavor with it too. What I like about the yogurt and the milk together, they just combine to create that liquid ingredient that we need, but they have wonderful flavor. They have great nutrition in them too. So once we have that mixed in, we're gonna add some vanilla. Vanilla it's what makes this a little bit more elevated maybe than a normal breakfast item. It makes it not desserty, but it adds that extra element and level of flavor, which I really like. We're gonna stir in the vanilla. Can you smell it? I can smell it. Now we're gonna add our sweetness, which is gonna be honey. Now traditionally, we would have maybe put brown sugar in here. I love honey. I like how it browns nicely when this is baking, and it also just adds enough of an undertone. I think I just heard the beep that my oven is finally at temperature, which is right on time, because by the time we get this all done, it's gonna be ready to go. We're going to just whisk in that honey. So the honey here, it's really obviously gonna sweeten it, but it doesn't make it cloyingly sweet. It, to me, just makes it a nice level of sweetness, which is what you want. You don't want this to be overly sweet. This isn't a coffee cake. This isn't something that should be dessert. You want this just to have a hint of sweetness, which is what honey's gonna do here. Once we have all that stirred in, we can start working on the dry ingredients, which, oats. Oats are the star here. Now I use an old-fashioned oat. If you have a traditional oat, that's gonna be fine too. Minute oats, in this case, to me, don't work the best. So I'm gonna like either an old-fashioned rolled oat or just a traditional rolled oat. And now we're gonna add some baking soda. So baking soda, again, it's gonna lighten it. It's gonna help just create something that's a little bit lighter, and the texture is gonna be better. We're gonna add in some salt, because again, anytime you're mixing something, you're making a baked good, salt will balance everything out. So I'm gonna sit here, I am going to stir all this together, which you can see it stirs together, honestly, really quickly. And what's great is, as it stirs, you can see now all this goodness starting to come up. You can see the oats are just starting to begin to thicken, but these rolled oats take a minute. So what I like to do is I like this to sit here for 10 minutes, and that's just gonna help absorb all that moisture into these oats before we bake it. So I'm gonna let it sit here. We're gonna let them just absorb a little bit, and then we'll pour it in and we'll bake it. This has sat for a few minutes, and you can see it just becomes a little thicker. That's all. I like the thickness it starts to get. So at this point, if you wanted to, you could really customize this to bake and actually add some toasted nuts. Always toast the nuts before you add them. just, it's gonna be better. You could add raisins, golden raisins, regular raisins. You could add frozen blueberries or fresh blueberries. I just always have these frozen ones that I pick the year before at a local farm in the freezer. But you could add any and all that right in here, stir it in, and then bake it like that. I'm gonna bake just, to me, a simple, no frills one. Then I can just customize it afterwards how I want to. So it's more of how you wanna do it and how you wanna customize it, maybe for your kids, for your family, for friends, whatever it is. See, the thing is, it's kind of whatever you want, you can make it your own. That's what I love about this recipe. So I'm gonna smooth it out just to an even layer, and then we're gonna just pop this in the oven and let it bake. So at this point, we're pretty much done other than the baking time, which is kind of the best part. So we're gonna put this in the oven, I'm gonna let it bake, and then I will pull it out and cool it just slightly before I cut into it so I don't burn myself, because I wanna try it. So I'm making sure to get all of it in there. Yes, anything that's stuck to the spatula too. I'm gonna put this in the oven, let it bake. You'll see how good it looks. I pulled this out a few minutes ago and you can see it just gets beautiful golden brown, it gets set, but really this is a base for whatever you want it to be. So you can cut it into pieces. What I like to do, and what Grandma and Mom used to always do, is make a big batch of this, and if you don't have a big family that's gonna just eat it right away, is you can freeze individual pieces. You could even wrap them in plastic wrap, put them in an airtight container, and freeze them and just pull them out as you want them. As you can tell, we came up from a freezer family. We froze everything. Had a big deep freeze out in the garage or the basement. Look at that, got a little corner down there I need. Oh, I love that. I love the simplicity of it. And the difference between just a bowl of oatmeal is, one, this you can just pull out and have ready, but it's more like in between a granola bar and oatmeal. It's kind of that wonderful in between. Now, I love to do it and put a little bit more, you know, maybe some yogurt with it, just a little bit of Greek yogurt. It gives you that richness. I don't think it needs more sweetness, but you could, you know, adorn it. You could put some raisins on it. You could put some nuts with it, berries, really whatever you want. And then you can just eat it. I love it. I absolutely love it. What I love is just sweet enough. And it has great texture. That's why I like to use the old-fashioned rolled oats. You get all the wonderful texture of the oats, and so when you eat it, it's actually interesting and delicious and fun to eat. It has great flavor. You get like a toasted oat that comes through. That's why sometimes I like doing it without any of the extras worked into it, because you can put them on top, but it also just gives it a great flavor of its own without being inundated with lots of other things. So what do I hope you do with this? I hope you make baked oatmeal, and I hope you share it with your family and friends, because I think everyone will love how simple this is, but also how versatile it is to use on a weekday. On a weekday morning when you want to have breakfast, you can even just grab a piece and go with it and pretty much eat it. It's that good, it's that delicious. So share the video around so everyone can see this is so doable and easy. Check my website, wiseguy.com. It has all my recipes. It has this recipe. You can print them off, use them, share them around. Until next time, make something nutritious, make something delicious. Just most of all, make it at home. That's what the best part is.